What is going on, everyone? This is Duskfall Gaming, and I'm back to bring you another tutorial. This time for the fire bow. Just to say, this is like the fourth time I've tried to record this, because every other time I either get disconnected from the server or I die because I'm crap. But I realized that I need to do these steps as fast as I can. So, anyway, first step is going to be destroy or feed all the dragons 10 zombies. And by the time you do that, you need to get the bow. So yeah, first step, get the bow. Second step, I'm just gonna wait for these guys to get out of here, but second step, we need to go to the clock tower for, and then once we get to the clock tower, oh god, damn it. Can I get by you? Yes, I can. Okay. We need to go to the top of the clock tower. And you need to shoot this circle with your bow. Now make sure, it is very important that you actually make sure you pick up the reborn arrow. Because I've done it multiple times where I've attempted to do the second step, which requires the reborn arrow. And it turns out that I actually never picked it up because the activate button is finicky. And I ended up on round 18 still trying to do the next step. Anyway, on to that next step. We need to get enough points to teleport, which is 2,000 exactly. And then we need to go down here. Down to this area, the anti-gravity chamber, and we need to hop into this room and teleport. And then once we've teleported, we need to wait for a rocket test sequence. So I'm just going to pause the recording and come back as soon as I've got a rocket test sequence, and I'll show you what to do next. Alright, so as soon as the rocket test is over. See, it's not over yet. And you have to do this really fast, so make sure that you're close to the door and there are no zombies around. You have to shoot this with your bow and get that flare to shoot. You can only do that for about probably 5 seconds after the test sequence is over. Otherwise, I guess the rock. I guess what the logic behind it is it's heated up by the rocket, and as soon as you sorry, my mind just blanked out. As soon as you hit it with your bow, just the rocket flare is released, and blah blah blah, and it comes up here. Now the next step is probably one of the most difficult steps to do. You have to activate these landing pads and shoot those circles. There's one here, which you just saw me try and shoot, and I missed, so it didn't stay lit up. There's one right there. And there's one over by Double Tap that is easiest to hit if you take the Wonder Sphere from the launch pad. So I'm just going to hope that this is... Yep. And Wonder Sphere. And it didn't make a noise, so I don't think I got it. Oh, I did get it. See, once you hit them, they stay lit up. And now, just gonna head to the launch pad. And I was dumb and I didn't activate the landing pad, so we'll be right back once I've got the, or down to the test chamber. Alright, so now from here, we do the Wonder Sphere and aim right for that teeny tiny circle at Double Tap. It's so small and so hard to hit from there, I'm surprised I even did it on the first time. Now, for this step, you're going to want to have Jug, but right now I don't have it, so what you want to do is you want to stand in the middle of these circles, or at least so that the sides of your screen are glowing orange, and you want to get 5 to 10 kills in each circle. As soon as you've done that, the circle should go from the rings of fire around it just to being like red like it was in the air. Yeah, it'll do that, and then the fire will be gone, but the circle will stay lit up. Now you do that in all 3 circles, and as soon as you're done that, well, I'll finish that, and then I'll come back with the next step. Alright, so now that you've got all 3 of these filled, you need to, well, make sure that you've got a little bit of time, so maybe like 1 or 2 or 3 zombies left. And then you want to go up here to this clock tower and back to the clock in the wall. Now you want to be really careful to make sure what symbol it is. Now that is a line and 2 arrows, and if I'm not mistaken, that would be the fireplace. Well, I'll explain the step. You need to remember what apothecant symbol it is, because each apothecant symbol corresponds to a fireplace in the map. One of them is in the control room over there, right under the dragon head. Another one is in Sam's room that I'm just about to show you. It's just down here, and around here, right to the right here. And it's this fireplace that, no, we're not using this one because that one's the cross. But instead, I'm fairly sure that we're using this fireplace. Can't really tell what symbol it is, but pretty sure it's not a cross. So, seeing as it's that fireplace... Oh, and then there's a different symbol... Or, well, yeah, I'll go and check in the control room as well, just to see if I'm mistaken and I'm getting the wrong symbols. Yeah, it's in the control room. See, from here, you fire down into here, and then this lava volcano thing appears. And what you have to do is, you need to, close call, I guess, shoot it so that it lands on the ground somewhere over here, which, in this case, where did it land? Oh, it landed way up there. That might be an issue. Basically, you have 3 shots to get this thing into the fireplace, and I managed to do it in 2, which is very surprising. That's not often that you can do that. It gives you a max ammo, and you press F on the fireplace. Now, once the fireplace has sort of done its thing and the fire dies down, so it's just like sort of there, just floating there, you need to go back to it. Just because the ring was over here doesn't mean that the sun is going to be where the ring was. The sun will always be here, and you need to click F on that. And as soon as you have done that, or I guess the activate button, so for PlayStation it'll be square, for Xbox it'll be B. Once you've done that, the sun will go up and explode, and then drop your reforged arrow. And now, with the reforged arrow, you're just going to want to go down into the anti-gravity spot, just down here. And then, once you get it down there, there will be a pedestal that you put it on, and then you get 10 to 20 kills, and then give your bow to the pedestal, or I guess activate your bow on the pedestal, and it'll remove your bow from the inventory, or from your inventory temporarily, and it'll do its little thing, and you'll get the fire bow out of it. I haven't tested it, so I can't really tell you what round it's effective to, but I know it's higher than round 25. I know that for a fact. So yeah, all you're going to want to do is get like 20 kills here, and I think this is the end of the round, so we might not do it this round. But yeah, as soon as you do, you're going to want to put your bow on the pedestal, and it'll do a little fancy animation thing for about 10 seconds, and it'll spit out your fire bow. He was the last zombie. Yeah, no, I can't give my bow to the pedestal just yet. So we're going to have to wait for the next round. And I think this bow is probably... Well, I wouldn't say if it's the easiest. It has some very, very difficult steps. It's definitely harder than the wolf bow. And just for the memorization factor, it's a little easier than the void bow. And I'm not sure what the steps for the ice bow are, so I can't really compare the two of them. It's a lot more tedious than many of the other bows, because you have to, of course, hit those 3 rings, and then, of course, if you don't get that rock thing in the first try, like I did, like shoot the little volcano into the fireplace, then you're gonna have to do it over again, and you can only do it once per round. At the beginning of the round, the little ring will light up, and as soon as it lights up, you can shoot the ring, the volcano will appear, you stand in the volcano, and then you shoot to where you want the volcano, and the volcano basically goes wherever your arrow lands. It cannot land on walls. If you hit a wall, it will drop down, and where it was on the wall will be, like right below it on the wall, will be where it lands on the ground. So yeah, keep that in mind. The volcano cannot go on walls, because that would be just terrible. You wouldn't ever be able to pick it up. So here is the fire bow. I hope you found that tutorial helpful. Sorry for not uploading for the last week. I've just had terrible trouble attempting to get this bow until I finally realized what mistakes I was making. Oh, Panzer round. We'll get to test it on the Panzer. So where is he? Right there. 1. Oh yeah, and it traps him too, which is probably the greatest thing ever. There you go. Easy as that. Charged up, it kind of traps the zombies in this little sort of magma volcano. Not charged up, it just kills them. Lights them on fire. It does give you crawlers, but I haven't ever seen them survive. Like, you light the crawlers on fire and it just keeps burning and burning them. So, and that's on round 26. So this bow is very powerful. And it's probably my favorite one to use so far. If you're just going for sort of a quick startup, I would recommend the wolf bow, because it's a lot easier. You can get it by round 9. Or at least I've been able to get it by round 9. The fire bow, not so much, because you have to kill so many zombies for some of the steps. And you've got to spend a lot of points doing those sort of skill goals or objectives or whatever, like hitting the rings out of the air when you're in the Wonder Sphere. So yeah, this bow is more for... I don't know. You want to get this bow as early as possible so that you can't die while doing any of the steps, especially when you're killing the zombies or when you're waiting for the test sequence in the rocket launch pad to be over. So yeah, I would get this bow first if you're trying to do the Easter egg, and then it's sort of like smooth sailing for the rest of the bows. Or as far as I know. The wolf bow is easiest, so I would leave it to the last. Void bow, I'd probably do second. So yeah. That's been the fire bow tutorial. I might go down here because I don't have Jug or Quick Revive. You can get Jug or Quick Revive, but you'll probably get the bow by round 15 or so. Unless you somehow ace all 3 of those shooting challenges or whatever, and don't mess them up 5 times like I did. But yeah, this bow is also probably the best points maker, because they're lit on fire, and you get 10 points per second, I think, for every zombie that's lit on fire. Yeah. So, yeah, this bow is the best points maker out of all of the rest of the bows. Anyway, yeah, hope you found the tutorial helpful. Hope it was clear for you. And don't worry if you can't complete this tutorial on your first time. It was very difficult for me. Believe me, it took me a week to be able to do it and like find a decent way to do it and not die. So yeah, that's been Duskfall Gaming, and see you in the next video.